Welcome everybody, this is Jason and the name of this week's workshop is The Illustrated Man. It's all about making body overlays. You can use body overlays to make tattoos, scars, body hair, etc. It's a fun technique to learn and let's get started. This is the first of two parts. This week we're focusing strictly on making the body overlay itself, and then next week will be about creating the body overlay box, the object that you use to apply the overlays to the sim. What are overlay boxes? Overlay boxes are in-game objects that allow sims to add body overlays, that's tattoos, body hair, etc., over the sim's skin. How do overlay boxes work? Overlay boxes apply an XTOL, that's a texture image XML, over the sim's skin via a behave that applies the overlay's collection value, or COLL. So, we begin. Creating group values. To get started, we create a new clothing project in Body Shop. It doesn't really matter where from. We don't need the clothes, we only need the hex value that they're going to generate. So for example, this outfit here. Create a new outfit in Body Shop. We enter a short description. Again, it doesn't matter. We just need the hex values. Go ahead and import that back into the game. And you can now close Body Shop. Once you've created enough outfits to correspond to the number of overlays you're going to create, go to your Save Sims folder. Each outfit will have a unique 8-character hex code, e.g. 5FCC0EEE. Copy down the values of the hex code and paste it into the group value section of the notepad that I provided in the resource post. As a final step, delete all of the throwaways. This is important. If you don't delete your throwaways, it's going to apply that instead of the skin overlay that you're trying to apply. The XTOL. Open the overlay template provided and select the XTOL in the resource tree, and then again in the resource list. At the top of your notepad, copy and paste the first group value in the overlay name section, leaving the #0x and the exclamation point as shown below. Give the overlay a unique text name as shown here. So in this example, I left the 0, the 2 pound signs, the 0 and the X, pasted the group value, and then there's an exclamation point after it. And then I called it Maxis Sports Overlay 1. Then we select the XTOL in the resource tree, and then from the resource list, then in the XTOL plugin. In the name property, we enter the hex value, just like so, and then we paste the unique name of the overlay after the underscore, just like so. We commit and we save. Then the TXTR. We select the TXTR in the resource tree and the first TXTR in the resource list. If you're using separate textures for male and female or for the face, it's important to make sure that you replace the image with the correct texture. For example, if you have separate tattoos for male and female, make sure that you're only updating the image of the female tattoo in the female resources. In the file names text box, copy the unique name of your overlay and paste it between the dash and the underscore. As you can see here, this is UF body naked overlay. So this is the female body. So we paste over that, and then immediately after we paste, we click on Fix TGI. And then make sure that the instance and instance high values update. Then We right click on the image and we select build DXT from the drop down. We replace the image as you normally would if you're creating an object or a clothing recolor or whatever. Retain the DXT3 and or DXT5 format. Repeat the steps with the other 5 TXTR. Replace the text and fix TGI, even on empty images. Commit and save. So even if you have if you're leaving the face and the scalp blank, make sure that you update the TGI on those. Because remember, this is a skin overlay, so we kind of need to replace all of the instance values, all of the instance high values, all of the group values for this resource.
Is this something the fix integrity kind of catch-all tool can do too? The fix TGI?
In most cases it would, but because you're adding a new group value in this one, fix integrity is not the solution. Each individual, you need to fix the TGI.
Okay.
That's kind of a pain. It's a whole process, but it's worth doing. Moving on to the STR resource. So we select the STR in the resource tree and again in the resource list. And then you'll see that the first line is a description of the overlay and that the other lines all have TXMT values. Each of these corresponds to a TXMT. So for each of these lines, we replace the group value, including the #0x and the exclamation point at the end. And after the underscore, we replace the unique name for every single line here. Then we commit and we save. The GZPS. Next, we select the GZPS in the resource tree and the first GZPS resource in the resource list. Here, we're doing exactly what we did in the XTOL. We're replacing the group value and the unique name. Then we just commit and save for each of those GZPS, and we move on. The TXMT. Select the TXMT in the resource tree and the first TXMT in the resource list. Then we switch to the resource tab. Now refer to the overlay images section in the notes that I provided. We're going to notate the original instance high value in the resource there. So we notate the original instance high, and we copy all of this information for each of the TXMT. Return to plugin view and select the first TXMT in the resource list. Copy the group value from your notes, paste over the group value in the file name text box. Next, copy the unique name of the resource and paste it over everything between the underscores. Click Fix TGI, confirm that the instance and instance high values update, and commit. Repeat this with all of the TXMT and save your changes. The new group instance value, we paste that over. Then we paste over the new. Then we copy the new instance values on the right side of the notes that I provided. We do that for all 6 TXMTs. Now, we return to the plugin view. We move to the C Material Definition tab. That's the first one here. We paste over the new group value, and we paste over the unique instance name. Just like so, we commit and we move on to the Properties tab. In the Properties tab, we look for the property standard map base texture name. We replace the group value, and we replace the unique resource name, everything after the dash this time. Then we move to the File List tab. We replace the group value. We replace the unique resource name. We commit and we save, and we're doing these 3 steps for all 6 TXMT. Then replacing the group values. So we switch back to resources. Then we start down at the bottom with the XTOL. And we select that in the resource list. We copy the group value from the notes. This time it's just 0 and then X and then the 8 characters without the 2 pound signs or the exclamation point. And we just paste that over the group value. Then we move to the TXTR. We shift select all 6 TXTR and we paste over the group value. Then we do the same thing with the STR. We select the STR, we paste over the group value. We shift select all 6 TXMT, we paste over the group value. We shift select all 10 of the banks, we paste over the group value. Then we move to the 3IDR, and this is where it gets tricky. So in the 3IDR, we order from lowest to highest. So we just double click on the instance header, and that's going to organize it nice and neat. So then you have 21 3IDR. You have the low range 3IDR ordered from 01 to 0A. And then we have the high range 3IDR ordered from 11 to 1A. And then there's an odd one. We leave the odd one alone. We shift select all of the low and high range and we paste over the group value. Now, still in the resource tab, we select the call resource in the resource tree and then in the resource list. Then we need this little pop-up here. So we go to Tools, Object Tools, Hash Generator. And we're looking for the CRC32 radio dial. We generate a new value. We copy this. And then we hop back to the call. And we paste that new value that we generated over the instance. Now we need to notate this on the notepad because we're going to need it later. We will paste this in collection values. We commit the resource, then we move on to the collection 3IDR. So remember that 3IDR with the really funky group value, the 4F184AA9, the one that we did not mess with? We don't replace the group value on the 3IDR. We only paste over the same value that we used in the call. We paste over the instance in the collection 3IDR. Then we commit, we save. And now we switch back to the plugin view. We select the XTOL in the resource tree and again in the resource list, and we still have the hash generator open. So now we switch to the GUID radio dial. We generate a new value here. We copy this. And then we paste this new value in the XTOL's family property. Just paste right over it. Commit and save. Then we move on to the GZPS. And in this example here, you can see how they're ordered. There are 5 that correspond to the body and 4 that correspond to the scalp. So we need to order those by instance value. So we just double click on the instance header. And then we generate a new GUID, as we did with the XTOL. Copy that value. And we paste that in the family value of the first 5 GZPS. Then we generate a new GUID. We copy that value. We paste that value over the family value of the last 4 GZPS. And remember, we have to commit every time we change one of those, and then we just save our changes. Now, the low range 3IDR. We select the 3IDR from the resource tree and instance 1 in the resource list. In the plugin pane, have a look at the last line. That's the second material definition. the second set of characters in the second material definition corresponds to your old instance high value. We need to replace this because we've completely refubulated the TXMT, so now we need to make sure that the 3IDR can see them. So we check our notes to find the new TXMT's instance high value. Then we click on the package button. We grab this line here from the package pop-up and we drag it into the plugin pane. Then we need to delete the original line so that this new line is in the 4th position on the 3IDR. We commit and we save. We do that with the first 10 3IDR, all of the low range 3IDR. We keep this pop-up, the package window, open because we're going to need it later. The high range 3IDR. So we click on the 3IDR with the instance 0 or 11. The plugin looks a little bit different. So we can see that for each one of these, we've got a collection, a GZPS, and a text list. But since we have completely refubulated the group values, we need to replace all 3 of these. So we drag collection from the open package pop-up to the plugin pane. Then we drag the property set, the one that ends in 01, from the pop-up into the plugin pane. And then we do the same with the text list. Then the 3 original lines, collection, category, and text list, we need to delete all of those so that the new values now take up the positions that the old values used to take up. Then we commit that. We'll repeat that with all of the high range 3IDR from 11 to 1A. 1A references the XTOL, but it's basically the same principle. So we start with the new outfit, and I'm just going to call it throwaway.
Okay. And then we import it back in?
Yep.
Do we have to enter a tooltip?
I think you kind of do in order to, well, you don't really.
Okay.
You don't have to, but yeah, I usually do just out of habit. And that's it. We close Body Shop.
That's all. Okay.
So if you can see my folder, we open overlay copy notes. Just like that. You've got this thing that says throwaway right here.
Okay.
Go rename. And just grab those first 8 characters before the underscore.
Oh, okay. Let me go find that then.
Then go back to your notes.
Save Sims. Okay.
And we just paste that just like that. Now,
in the overlay 2?
Yeah, overlay 2. And let's just get rid of that. We don't need that. If we don't remove it, it's going to cause us some problems down the road. So just delete that. Now, grab overlay 2, like that. Scroll up to the top of the page. And between the exclamation point and the 2 pound signs, we just paste that just like that. And I'm going to call this, surprise, Maxis Sport Overlay 2. I'm going to grab this one called Quintessia Blackwork. And I'm going to rename the file. Maxis Sport Overlay 2. I'm renaming it just so that I don't overwrite the original, but
gotcha. Okay.
If you're just following along, that's fine. Okay, so we have our group value and we have our unique name. Now, let's go to the XTOL. So we click the XTOL in the resource tree and again in the resource list. And we're looking for the name property. So we select name. And I'm going I don't want to hop back and forth. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to. Okay, so you can see my notes. You can see SimPE. Okay, good. Now, I don't know why, but it's easier just to copy everything without the. Just go from the 0 to the last character without the pound sign or the exclamation. Copy that. Hop over to family, and then we just double click that in the paste box or in the text box, paste over it.
Okay.
Then
Gotcha.
we grab this here and we paste over. Commit. That's the XTOL. Move up the TXTR.
So I have a UU face overlay already in here. Does that stay there?
The UU face don't change that text. So all we're changing is the group value between the 2 pound signs and the exclamation point and the unique overlay name, everything after the underscore.
Right.
But leave the UU face overlay.
Okay.
So then we move to the TXTR. So this one is TF body naked overlay. So we grab the unique overlay name, we copy that, we paste it here, and we fix TGI. Then we build the XT, and if you can see, when I click fix TGI, it automatically updates instance and instance high. Then we're looking for Sport Paint 2. Build.
And you're keeping this in 5?
Yeah. Retain the formatting, DXT5. Commit.
Okay.
And that's the first one. Then we copy, or we select everything from the dash to the underscore, paste, fix TGI. Just like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Then
so we just go down the resource list and keep doing that. Right?
Just every TXTR. We paste the name. This is the scalp, so it should remain blank. All we need to do is paste over and fix TGI. Then we commit. Then the next one. We paste. We fix TGI, and then we replace the texture. And then
we're adding sports paint to all these?
Yeah. To the body ones. The face and the scalp remain the same. So there are 2 smaller textures that are 512 by 512. Those 2 remain the same. Just blank. We fix TGI. We commit. Move to the next one.
So hair bald overlay, I don't do anything.
Nope, just leave it as is. Just paste over the name and fix TGI.
Fix the TGI. Okay.
Okay. And that's the TXTR. Then we move to the text list. And here it says Quintessia Blackwork Tattoo Set 1. I'm just going to call it Maxis Sport Overlay 2, but you can name it whatever you want. That doesn't really affect how it operates. I just like to keep it neat. So here we're copying the group value without the 2 pound signs or the exclamation point. We just copy it like so. We double click on the old group value and we paste it over. Yeah, we do that.
Okay, so we're just doing the same thing then we did before with the value and the name.
Yeah, with the XTOL.
Okay. Okay.
We just paste the group value over, just like so, on all 9 lines. Just like that. Then we grab the unique overlay name, and we just grab everything after the underscore, just like that. And we commit,
What? Oh,
we save, and that's the STR.
sure.
Moving on, we select the GZPS in the resource tree, and let's order it descending. So we start with value 1. So here, we're doing essentially the same thing. Let's grab the group value without the extra punctuation, and we go to the first GZPS resource. We select the name property. Then we double in the text box, we double click, paste over, and commit. Don't worry, we'll come back to it. And you can see this now has a different group value than all of the rest. So we just paste the group value all the way down. I do it this way because, in my opinion, it's faster to replace the group value on each individual resource and then go back and paste the name than it is to do both at the same time. Yeah, we're just replacing group values.
On the name string. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the name property, yes.
But this is just the same kind of thing with group and name.
Yeah.
And we have to commit each time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to commit
Okay.
because it won't capture your change if you don't.
Okay.
Then start back up from the top and grab the unique name, the Maxis Sports Overlay 2, and we just paste that over everything after the underscore, and once again we commit. And if you look up here in the resource list, it did change the name.
Does it matter in which order you do this? Could you do the name and then the group change? Or do you have to do the group before the unique name?
No, I mean, as far as pasting over the text that's already there, no, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I have done, goodness, hundreds of overlays at this point, and, everyone has their way of doing things. I just do like what makes the most sense to me. But whatever works, give it a try. Okay, and then we do that. And that's the GZPS. Now, the tricky one. Move to the TXMT. And we move from plugin view to resource. And now let's order them by name. So just double click on the name header until TF is at the top. So this is TF.
Yeah. Oh.
And if you're using this particular overlay, you shouldn't have to modify it. It should correspond. So we grab the instance high value from TF, and we double check here. We just paste it over. It's really the same value. Then we double check TM, ends in 9050. So I'm not even going to paste it. It's fine. And then this is UF. So this is young adult, adult, and elder, female. So ends in
We're just
72B.
we're just doing instance high right now.
Yeah, we're just copying the instance
Okay.
high, making sure that it's correct here because we're going to update this, and we don't have time to go back and verify it. Or we're not going to have the opportunity to go back and verify it because once you fix the TGI, this gets overwritten.
Okay.
But I think we're good because this is I wrote this workshop specifically with this template in mind. So I'm just going to double check to make sure that everything matches. So the old instance high values, everything matches. We're good to go. So this time we're going to copy the group value with the extra punctuation. And let's just paste it like that. Paste over the group value. And then grab the unique name and paste that between the underscores like that. And fix TGI. See the instance changed?
Okay.
Now we have the group value already copied. So we replace it here. And then we grab, or I'm sorry, we have the name copied. Then we grab the group value, paste it over. Fix TGI. And commit. Then we grab the third TXMT. We have the group value copied, so we just paste it over. Then we grab the name. We paste that between the underscores. Fix TGI. Commit. Then the fourth one, we have the name copies, so we start with the name. Fix TGI. Commit. Then we grab the fifth one. Did I have the group value or the name? I forget. Okay. We paste the group value. We paste the name. We fix TGI. And we commit. And then the last one, we paste the name. We paste the group value. Fix TGI. Commit. Okay. Now we hop back over to the resource tab. And they're in the same order, so we can just paste exactly as they are. We don't need to do anything special. Okay, so we'll grab the new instance high for teen female, and we paste that here. Then for teen male, we paste that here. Then for adult female or you female, we paste that here. Adult male, we copy it, we paste it here. And then UU face, paste it there. And then UU hair, we do that. Let's give our notes a quick save. Go back to plugin view and give the package a quick save as well.
All right, I am caught up now. Thank you.
Okay, so let's start back with the teen female overlay. Go to see material definition. That's this tab here. And this time copy the group value with all of the punctuation. Paste it here. Move to properties. Paste it there. And move to file list.
In properties, where are you pasting it?
In properties,
Yeah,
you're looking for the standard material based texture name property. Click on it here and paste over in the text box. Okay, moving on to teen male. Start with C material definition, properties, and file list. And don't worry about the name because we will fix that next. Material definition, properties, file list. Same thing here. Properties, file list. Oh, and hang on. Before you move to the next resource, always remember to commit. I almost made that mistake here. But the TXMT is the halfway point.
Of the whole.
Yes. Okay. Then start back up at the top. And let's save so that we can, like you see, they're all italicized now because we committed them. So let's go ahead and save that. And now something is wrong. I messed up here.
Oh, do we have to go through and fix the TGIs too?
I messed up on the first one. It doesn't have the unique. It had the group value. It didn't have the name. So I'm just going to go back and...
Oh, yeah, I need to do names.
Okay. Crisis averted.
We do the same thing with the names on the material definition, the properties, and the file list.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
go material definition. We just replace everything after the underscore. So this is the TXMT identifier. But in properties, it's different because it's referencing the texture. So here, it's everything after the dash. And the same in file list. Just like that. And just like that. Oh, this is the most tedious part.
It's pretty tedious. Okay. I think I got them all.
And I'm just finishing up. Okay, we commit. We save just like so. And that's the TXMT. So now, we start back down from the bottom. We start with the XTOL. Select the XTOL in the resource list. Then we switch to the resource tab. Now, grab your group value minus the punctuation. So just the 0, the X, and the 8 characters. And we select the group text box in the resource tab for the XTOL, and we just paste over, just like that. Now, the TXTR, we select the top one, we shift select so that we grab all 6 of them, and we paste over.
Paste over how? Oh. So when you do the group on this, it pastes over all of them?
Yes. So
Oh,
you
nice.
select all 6
Okay.
and you just paste over.
Okay, cool.
Then the text list, we just select the single STR in the resource list and we paste over. Then the GZPS, we're doing the same thing. We're going to shift select everything and paste over. And the TXMT, shift select, we paste over the group value. Leave the call alone for now. We will get back to the call.
Okay.
The banks, you're going to get that error. Don't worry about it. Might pop up 2 or 3 times.
Oh, for the binary, okay.
And shift select all 10 of the banks. And then paste over. Then the 3 IDR selected in the resource tree. Double click your instance header so that you're ordering it descending.
Okay.
So you've got in the resource list, you have an instance header. To sort it descending, you just double click on the header and it should appear with 0, 1 at the top.
Yes.
Okay. So let it load the file table. So we select 0, 1. Then we scroll down here to 1A. So we're selecting the first 20 and we're just leaving this one with the odd value alone. And we paste over the group value.
Okay.
And it's going to update the group value on all of the resources. And then we save. And that's that. So now we move to the call. We got tools, object tools, hash generator. And I'm going to put that over there so it's not blocking SymPE. We select CRC32. Then we grab the value that it generates here. We paste that over the instance. And then we move to the 3 IDR. You don't have to commit it. It will commit itself when you change values. Select the odd 3 IDR, the collection 3 IDR, the one that's by itself. Also paste the instance. So the call and the collection 3 IDR should have the same instance.
Is it weird that it already had the same instance?
No. Because this was from the previous overlay.
Okay.
Okay, so now on your notes, scroll down to where it says collection instance. Paste that same value, just like so, and put a space between the first 4 and the last 4. And we will see why next week.
Okay.
Okay, so we're almost there. Keep your hash generator open. Go to the XTOL and select it again in the resource list and then switch back to plugin view. Now, select the GUID radio dial here. Grab this like so. And replace the family string in the XTOL. Commit.
Okay.
Then we move to the GZPS. So you can see these are already ordered 1 to 9. If they're not in order, go ahead and double click on the instance header. And you can see that the first 5 correspond to the body and the last 4 correspond to the scalp. So switch to CRC32, switch to GUID so that it generates a whole new GUID. Copy that GUID. Select the family value on the first GZPS, paste it like so. Then On the second one, paste the same value. Same value on the third. Same value on the fourth. And same value on the fifth. Now select the sixth one. Switch back to CRC32, then back to GUID. Copy this whole new GUID value. Paste it over the sixth one, just like so. Seventh one. The eighth one. And the ninth one. Commit. Save. And that's the GZPS. One step left. We're done with the hash generator. Let's move our notepad down here. And so we can just barely see the original versus new TXMTs. Then we select the first of the low range 3 IDR. So 0, 1. Let's look at the original instance high for the material definition was, it ends in
E.
AZ2B. So AZ2B, we'll look over here, and that is U female. The new one ends in 3B61. So we click our package. Scroll down to material definitions. Leave the package pop up here because you're going to need it. Then we're looking for the one that ends in 3B61. We drag that across to the plugin, just like so. And then we delete the resource that was originally there. So we're just leaving this in the position of the original one. We click commit and move on to the next one. So this is 63B6. If we look over here, 63B6, this was UM body naked, and the new one ends in 0102, which is this one. We delete the original, leave the new one in the original position, and commit. So this one ends in 54CD. That is teen female. 54CD. And the new one should end in 026B. That's this one here. So 026B. We delete the original and we commit. Move on to 04. 04 and 05, from experience, I know that these are both teen male. So original ends in 9050. New one ends in 3808. So we find the one that ends in 3808. We drag it over and we delete the original. This one also ends in 9050. So we just drag it over, delete the original, and commit. These last four are always the scalp. So 305E, look over here, UU hair bold overlay, 305E, new value ends in 7852. We look here, 7852, drag it over, delete the original, and we move on. Same thing, 305E, placing it with 7852. Delete. Same thing here. And same thing here. the last one, this one corresponds to the XTOL, not the GZPS. So there's only one material definition. And we know this one is the face. So 3013, new value is 649D. So we've got one step left. We've got the high range 3 IDRs. So we select 11 in the resource list, and you can see it's ordered collection, property set, text lists. So we're going to do something similar to what we already did. We grab collection, and then we need property set 1, and then we need text list. Then we just delete the original resources from the 3 IDR. Okay, do the same thing with 12.
You said it was collection, property set, which property set?
For which value?
Just the one.
Or for which instance, sorry.
I'm in 11.
11 is property set 1.
Okay.
They go in order.
And then what was the... Okay. So what was the third thing you grabbed?
Just the three resources that are already there, we're going to replace them. So we've got collection, whichever property set, and text list. And then just delete the originals.
But keep the UI data?
Yeah, that remains the same.
Okay.
It doesn't really do anything, it just takes up space. It's a placeholder for the 0. So then for 3, we do the same thing. We go collection, this time property set 3, and that's driving me crazy, so I am going to make my package window taller. And text list. And we delete the originals. And then for 4, we go collection, property set 4, text list. And the same thing for 5. And then the same thing for 6. Collection, property set 6, text list. And 7. We're in the home stretch.
Yep.
Property set. Oh, this is 8. And then 19 is property set 9. And then 1A, this is a little bit different. This one is the XTOL. So we go collection. And then all the way down at the bottom here, you've got texture overlay XML. Ends in 0A. We drag that like so. And the text list. We commit. And we save. And that's it. Now, if you've done it right, if you go back here to, well, because when we refubulate the group values, the GZPS get a little bit weird. But if you've done it right, go back to 11, then select the GZPS resource, and you'll see that there's a little, if it's linked correctly, there should be a little texture here.